It's gonna be kind of a short video. I got one more Bragg story and then we'll go to Germany next week. Before I say that though, I just wanted to say that I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. My cat, those of you know the calico cat, I thought she was feeling down because of the heat. You know, it was a real hot summer this year. And now she's losing weight. She won't eat. She's having a hard time breathing. They don't know what's wrong with her. I'm giving her medicine, antibiotics. I got her on some medicine right now, but they think it might be leukemia, you know, cat leukemia, so she might be like on her way out. So I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to say that to vent. I've been upset all week. It's just been a rough week. But anyway, so I'll try to make some more videos, but if I don't make like, you know, but 1 or 2 videos a week, that's probably why, because I'm just busy with her and it's been a long week. So, yeah, my last Bragg story, I did forget about this one, and then we're moving to Germany next week. I had a car accident, and some of you that have been with me for the couple of years that I've been on here have heard my story about how you know, some would say, ask why my eye is kind of messed up right here. The reason is I was driving in town. I forget what town it was. It was in North Carolina. It wasn't Fort Bragg. It was out. We had gone to a Civil War battlefield. So we were on our way back from this Civil War battlefield, and I was coming around a curve, and I had a blowout on my tire. And when my tire blew out, the car just started fishtailing and went off the road and slammed into a water well, which is it was a kind of I don't know if it was a well house or it was all wood, but it slammed into that. And when it did, I had the seatbelt on, thank God. I went forward and then sideways. And when I went sideways, I smashed out the window with my face. The only injury I received was I had a large gash right here. And so they didn't have an ambulance come out. And I was with a bunch of Army guys, a whole bunch of us. And so the Army guys went, oh, I did have a gash on my arm too. I had a nice big gash on my arm. They did a field dressing on my arm, and then they did put a ball of gauze here and did a field dressing on my head. Later the doctor said, you know, that was one of the best dressings he's ever seen in the field. But so they put me in a buddy's car. They had a tow truck come out and take my car. I think they took some of my tools out of my toolbox, you know, but hey, that's Army guys for you, right? That's us, baby. So a buddy took me over to the hospital, the local hospital, and I was covered under what you call it, Army's health care. Army paid for it. But they took me to a local doctor. So I'm in there and they're going to, like, you know, stitch me up. So he's in there, he gives me some anesthetic, and the nurse is sitting there, and he hands her this big thing it's kind of like a long rod with a big gauze thing on the end, and he goes, can you dab that for me before I start stitching? So she's dabbed. She goes, doctor, can I ask you something real quick? He goes, she goes, what is this right here? What is all this white stuff all over his face? The doctor, he looks at her. He's standing in front of me. He kind of looks over at her. He does this number, looks at my head. He looks back at me. He's got this shit-eating grin. He looks back at her. He goes, that's called bone. That's his skull, nurse. And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding? What is this white stuff? It's called his skull. And it's not that it was that bad. You know, some of you are going, skull, what the? It wasn't that bad of a cut. It's just that right here, that's all this is skin. If you go like this to your own self, you can feel your skull right there. It's just skin. So it doesn't take much of a cut to go down to the skull. So it wasn't like a really bad cut. It just tore the skin open. So he stitches me up. Now, to stitch me up, you know what he did? He squeezes my skin together, and he's got this clamp, and he's stitching me. I thought, okay, you know, I didn't think nothing of it until later in life, maybe a few months or a year later. I don't remember when I first realized it. I'm looking in the mirror, I was shaving, brushing my teeth, doing something, and I go, how come one of my eyes comes down and one of them's open? It's like, you know, and some of you have noticed that. I've had people comment like, dude, what's going on with the eye? It's because my skin is like pulled together permanently because the doctor, it's how it grew back. So thanks, doc. No, he did a great job. He did a great job. I'm just a little scar. You can't even see it, but pull my skin together. So, I don't know. That's my war story in Bragg. That's the last story. We're going to Germany next week. I'm going to talk about Glühwein at Christmas time. You can make Glühwein here in the U.S. You can make it in Australia. You can make it in Australia. You can make it in Canada, or you can make it in the UK, mate. You can. That's Australian. You can make Glühwein anywhere. It's good stuff. You've got to make it. Okay? I got to get back in and nurse my cat. But those of you who see my calico cat probably won't see her bouncing around anymore or jumping around in my videos. Maybe throughout, well, I was going to say maybe throughout the week I'll do like a little tribute video to her, but I don't want you guys seeing her all skinny and stuff. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can search my videos. Dancing Cat, she's the one pawing, and well, she doesn't do much of that anymore. Later, guys.